Hi there. Last week it was announced that London was heading into tier 2 of lockdown or tier 2 of restrictive measures or whatever we want to call it. What this now obviously means is that households cannot mix in an indoor setting. And whilst that means that Sunset Boulevard could go ahead, it poses a question for our audiences who have made group bookings. Tickets that are available for our concert, as are available for lots of different events that are happening, have been in groups that have been up to 6. And whilst some people have booked those in households, those kind of numbers, people are booking them outside of households. And our tickets went on sale even before the rule of 6 came into play. And it's kind of been ambiguous, I think, what that has actually meant. But what we do know now is that that means that no households can mix indoors. So if you have a ticket in a group to the theatre in London right now, and it is with somebody who's not in your house, you're breaking the law. Now, when we were coming up with the ticketing seating chart for our show, we had to have 2 meters between each of the seats and in every other row. And to get anywhere close to the kind of number we needed to make this viable, which was 300 of our 915 seat auditorium, that means we had to have lots of groups. Given the rules now, this would mean that I reckon a lot of our audience would not legally be able to come to our concert. So for me, with 6, 7, 8 days to go, does this mean that we lose half our audience already, which is half of the revenue, which would mean this concert, which is only just about viable, becomes completely unviable? Does it mean we rely on people making that choice of whether to keep quiet and come in a group, and even if they don't live in the household? That's not fair on them, I believe, to have to make that choice. Do a lot of people then try and get refunds, and within 5 or 6 days to go, that puts us in a really precarious decision? Or one of the suggestions by the theatre is that we refund all the tickets and hope everybody rebooks in blocks of 2 with a new seating chart. But for me, with 6 days to go, I don't believe everybody would rebook their tickets, as this is such an ambiguous time. We don't even know if by the end of next week we're going into a circuit breaker. So many things seem to be looming for us at the moment. And so with all of that in mind, I have made the really difficult decision, and it's been agonizing truly, to postpone our concert. And I want to be clear about this, is very much a postponement. It's not a cancellation. We are postponing this. What I'd like to say firstly is that the cast, the orchestra, and every single person who was working on this project, we had over 60 people working on this, have been unbelievable in their understanding and their compassion about this decision. And added to that, Alexandra Palace and the really useful group have also been equally amazing and compassionate and understanding in having to make this decision, and have both agreed very kindly to let us pick a new date and postpone our concert. So what is going to happen is everybody who has bought a ticket for Sunset Boulevard will get a refund. We are then going to announce in about a week's time a new concert date, and there will be a new seating chart, which now will be just 1s and 2s and the odd 3. And we are now able to do a 1 meter distance between parties, which means we can get the number we need to make this a viable concert, because it's 1 meter with mitigations, and the mitigation is that you're wearing a mask in the theatre, no eating and drinking, etc, etc, etc. And there's also a row empty in between each of these rows. So not only will it be incredibly safe, incredibly COVID secure, but we know that even if by the time the concert happens, even if we were in tier 3, God forbid, we'd still be able to go ahead with confidence. I'm incredibly disappointed about this because the amount of work that all of us have put into this to get to this point, and added with the pressures of making sure that our performance is socially distanced and all the extra COVID measures we've had to put in place, it's gutting that at this 11th hour we have to do this. But I feel my hands are tied, and it's absolutely the right thing to do. And firstly, thank you to anybody who was planning on coming to watch the concert. Thank you to everybody for the support for our concert so far. And when we announce our new date, just over a week's time, I really hope all those people coming, and maybe some who weren't coming, will rebook a ticket and join us, because I tell you what, number one, it is going to be everything we hope it's going to be. We're going to put so much into this, and it's going to be amazing. And I tell you, when Maz Murray sings "I've Come Home at Last," finally, when we're able to do it, it will mean more than ever. So I'm sorry it's not happening this week. I hope everybody understands why it's not happening, and I hope everybody stays well and safe, and we hope to see you very soon.